What's up, guys? Christian back at the Disc Barn with another video. And today I'm pretty excited. We have a new disc golf company new to the game, and they're doing cool things. So who do we got?
Today we have Elevation Disc Golf, so welcome in Austin and Macy of Elevation Disc Golf. We got the two creators here. Brand new company and sold out immediately, pretty much, right?
Yeah, pretty much immediately. I mean,
How was that? Are you sitting there on the computer just staring at it? Is it
so
sold out? Because that's what I do when I get new releases here. So
yeah, we got our discs our first run in, and I got it all up on the site on like a Thursday night, and then Friday morning we reached out to Infinite Discs because they have been talking to us. They always try to find like new companies and stuff. And
yeah, I saw you have a whole featured page on there. And stuff.
So they were, thanks to them, and they bought like pretty much the whole first run right away. We were pretty much sold out here, except for like a few discs that we wanted to keep for our own site.
Yeah,
and then they got the discs on their site like the next week, and within like 3 hours of them posting, they were like already gone. So it was
yeah.
It was.
I saw it on a few forums. People were talking about it. I got mine off of y'all's site, luckily. So what is this one of 1,000? What was your first run? 2,000?
Our first run was only 300. So that's probably part of
300. Okay. Wow. So
yeah.
So this is limited.
Well, that's what happens when you don't have
Very
any
exclusive.
Yeah.
Well, that's an awesome way to start. I mean, I've seen your name everywhere for having 300 discs in the market, and everyone's talking about it. So that's a great start. So 300 discs on the first run, and now you have a second run, a putter coming, right?
So we're not quite there with the putters yet. So I'm still prototyping the putters, I pretty much have it how I want it. Now we're just gonna kind of like get the mold made and stuff like that. But the second run of interceptors is coming, and it's gonna be much bigger. We're getting 2,000 in. So
cool.
Hopefully, at the same rate, it should last at least 20 hours. So hopefully everyone can get one.
I think honestly, I bet they will sell out faster.
Yeah.
Even though it's more, I bet you it will sell out faster. I was really bummed. He sent me the text, and I tried to buy one, and they were gone. By the time I got a chance to get on my phone, I was like,
I should have bought more. I didn't even think about it when we review it. I'm going to throw it, and I'm going to want him to throw it. So I got to go chase it down, right? So if we just had two,
we'll be running back and forth.
Maybe we'll play catch with it or something.
Yeah.
But we're really excited. I guess we should really start from the beginning. So Austin, you were an engineer, correct?
Yeah.
And what type of engineer? Mechanical? Is that what it was? Or biomedical?
It was biomedical, yeah. So it's similar to mechanical. It's kind of like a modge podge of a bunch of engineering, but mainly focused on like medical devices. I graduated about 4 years ago. 4 years ago.
Where from?
San Jose State. Yeah. So, I grew up in Southern California. She grew up in the Bay Area. We met there, and then are back down in SoCal. So I've been working in the industry for like 4 years now. I just quit my job at Abbott in order to pursue Elevation. So so in like a week I'll be full time disc golf company. I'm pretty excited about that. It's kind of a big change.
How'd your boss take that? Did you tell him you were quitting for disc golf?
He knows. I didn't specifically say that's the only reason I'm quitting, because it's not necessarily the only reason I'm quitting. So we're actually getting ready to move out your way to Texas pretty soon here. Because Macy is getting stationed. She's in the Army.
Yeah, she told me, and so we'll have to work on our Elevation Disc Barn run and everything coming up. So
make sure you get stock this time.
That's right. You'll have to give me a share of that.
Definitely.
For sure. I've had plenty of customers already asking.
We feel so humble.
Maybe I could get a signed one from you guys.
Yeah, we'll need a few.
Yeah.
I need a few to go. I always want something behind me to go. Trying to get this all signed and I'm going to the Pro Tour in Waco soon to meet a few pros to get a couple discs signed. So that'll be nice. But so you quit your job, and Macy was all on board with that. You were. How long was that conversation?
I mean, I think it's because like when you see somebody you love so unhappy and they just are not finding purpose in what they're doing, I mean, it's like anything else. It's hard to watch. You don't want someone you love to suffer. And so I was like, listen, I'll find time to clean the house. We'll just cook at home. Like, I won't get facial. I'll have a little bit more zits. We'll make it work. And so, I just wanted to find purpose in what he loves. So yeah, we're just kind of living off of faith and a little bit of savings. And I think the first run selling out so quickly just showed us that like there's a market for this. It's necessary. And we've gotten really good feedback. And so we're really excited to keep growing and, create the next putter soon.
Yeah.
A few months.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I was pretty pumped when I saw y'all's promo on YouTube. Y'all you had that shot where it came in on that massive hill and it just stuck, and I was like, okay, I need one of those in my bag. I'm tired of rollaways. I'm tired of stuff skipping, so I need one. And it's kind of similar to maybe not necessarily too equal, but Vibram. Did you get any inspiration from Vibram?
Yeah, so I started playing disc golf in 2018, which I think the same year that Vibram stopped doing disc golf. I had only like seen like a couple Vibram discs in like some buddies' bags and stuff. And I knew about them from like doing research and stuff. But it was kind of this mixture of like I kind of found this like that rubber would be a good material and like something really flexible would be beneficial, as well as like at the same time looked at Vibram and like their community of people and like what they liked and what they wanted, you know what I mean? So it was kind of,
that's good.
I didn't necessarily mean to like copy anybody or do something exactly the same. And the material is like, it is different. But I think Vibram definitely was something to look at when I was designing these. So.
Yeah, I don't know. And when I came into the game, Vibram wasn't huge, but I've been playing for a long time. I don't know, maybe like 9 years or so. And so they were around for sure when I first started, but I don't know that I ever felt one so like gummy. I have some. I still have some, and hey, if you want to check them out, I could send them your way. But I still have some, and they're pretty stiff, more like your regular disc golf plastic, which is a polyethylene, right?
Yeah.
And but I was wondering, like, once you guys expand that lineup, and I know you said you're not quite there yet with the putter, but I'm assuming your goal is to have a semi full lineup with fairways, mid-range, drivers. So I was wondering, just curiosity, do you think you would have to change the stiffness of the material to make a driver?
So probably a little bit, but also another thing particularly about the interceptor is it's not just the material that makes it flexible, also like part of the design makes it flexible. So if you notice, like the flight plate is like, it's actually super thin. It's when we submitted it for approval to PDGA, they like told me it was the thinnest they had measured. So
really,
and that would essentially, like, you're removing material, it'll make it so like the middle of the disc is almost like not even there compared relative to a normal disc, and so that adds
which is good, right? Also, because you create a lot of rotation.
Similar to like MVP with the like more weight in the sides, we're making more weight in the sides, but just by removing material in the middle. So
So hold on right there. Is that a prototype right there that you have? It looked a little bit stiffer, and then the rim looked a little bit different.
This is the real run, but I did bring the prototypes over here in case you guys wanted to see them. But
we want to see them.
So this is the like my first like 3D printed version of the interceptor, which is not like super flexible because I I just have a
Yeah.
cheap 3D printer that I'm trying to make work. And then we moved on.
That probably weighs like 10 grams, right?
yeah. I think it's like 130 grams. So,
Wow.
Okay.
That's not
and
bad.
then this is like the first molded prototype that we made. And the rim is actually like a little bit thinner. And it's actually like more flexible, probably because there's less material there. But yeah, so it flies a little bit straighter. It was more flexible. And then this is like the prototype from the current mold that we have. And it's pretty much like the one you have there. It's just like a little bit more beat in. Pretty much as you throw it, it gets more flexible.
It does beat in a little bit.
I haven't noticed like much flight change from me throwing them, but like it'll get more, I don't know, floppy as you throw it.
Yeah. It makes sense. The rubber will beat in and stretch and whatnot. So this is completely different than normal disc golf manufacturing, because normally the injection mold point is obviously right here in the center, and this is a press, right?
Yeah, it's compression molded. Yeah, so that's part of what allows you to get like the thinner flight plate. Is with injection molding you need like a thicker wall. Compression is different. So yeah. Yeah.
So in this is there any types of, I don't know, rubbers? Is there a specific type of rubber that you call this?
So that's like silicone rubber. So
that's what I was thinking.
So Vibram is natural rubber. It's a little different. I mean, there's like, obviously they're both rubber, and they have similarities, but there are some characteristics that are different.
So let me ask for all the parents out there, because I have 2 kids. I have a 3-year-old and a 5-month-old baby girl. My son is 3. He's throwing discs like crazy. He has a 6-month-old. And would you say it's kind of somewhat like baby safe?
I was about to say, that would be my wife's request. Is it baby safe? Because my kid loves all his chew toys are all silicone, and all his teething toys, if I'm going to be proper. So he loves this thing. Every time I've got it around, he's reaching for it. So we need a little kid safe stamp on the back. So
all right, yeah, I don't want to promise that you can put it in your kid's mouth right now, but maybe I'll look into that. We can make a
that would be super cool, man. Like some like minis, like smaller versions of it, like kind of like Dynamic Disc does with like the Junior Judge and the Junior Truth and all them smaller. In like a kid safe plastic, man, I would buy a lot of those right now.
So Macy, do you play disc golf?
So I think I don't naturally have a lot of hobbies because I'm so busy. But Austin is very persistent. And so for the past few years, I've been dragged to many different courses, and I'm still not very good, but I do like it. And I'm always trying to learn, like, okay, if I throw it to the right, does that Anheuser? Is that Heiser? Do the little scuba, the roller, whatever. I'm trying my best here, but I'm not good. I'm like flustered.
Can you roll it? Does it roll?
If you intentionally roll it, it'll roll. It's,
But if you try to throw a roller, is it too stable?
I
would imagine if you hit the ground real fast, it's gonna try to flop on you, right?
It's probably not a good roller disc, but
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think
we'll probably test that out. We'll put it to the test, see if we can make it roll.
I want to know someone who can do a roller well. I'm trying, and
Yeah.
But
Well, it won't be Garrett, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it won't be me, but maybe Christian.
Christian's got it.
But
Shade.
Yeah, this is going to be really, really interesting. I mean, from what I've thrown it around here, I've put with it around my house, and no matter what you hit, if you miss, I mean, you're still a tap in, right? There's no, and even if you airball, assuming you're not throwing it too hard, it's going to hit and stick, and you're still within range. So it's a really cool aspect of it.
Yeah,
I think that'll catch on. You should have taken out a really big spot at the Las Vegas Challenge, because this would have been a good advertisement there.
Heck yeah, man. They have, I don't know if y'all watch, but the greens on those courses are like ice, right? So they throw these discs and they're sliding for 150 feet on the golf course greens or the fairways. It's insane, and I bet you so many people would have.
We need Elevation needs to sponsor that next year.
Yeah, so
Elevation needs some
that's
money.
your 1 year goal.
And then we're gonna sponsor.
Yeah.
I felt so blown away because we didn't have any marketing. We haven't really, it's just been me and him, after we get off work, and so it's been interesting how successful it's been. I think the idea has been around, obviously, but we feel really excited for the opportunity to kind of continue it.
Yep.
The disc golf company works fast, or the disc golf community works really fast.
Oh, yeah.
So once one person says it, it goes to another page and another page.
Yeah.
Getting infinite helps y'all out a lot.
Definitely.
What'd you say?
Yeah, word spreads pretty quick.
Word spreads really quick.
Sure.
Yeah. So this is, how long did this take from when you decided you wanted to start to having one in your hands? Final mold.
So I got my 3D printer. I bought it on Cyber Monday or 2019.
I think it was like a year and a half.
Yeah, it was about a year and a half ago.
Wow. Okay.
So I wasn't the whole time, like, I got my printer thinking I wanted to do something creative as just a creative outlet, because I felt like that was really lacking in my life.
Yeah.
And then I started learning how to make discs. There was a lot of really crappy ones.
A lot of dinner plates that didn't fly.
Yeah, it was either it would do a barrel roll, or it would just fall out of the sky. I don't know. It was, the first few were really bad, but as I started to get the hang of it, I started to try to come up with, I don't know, kind of honed in on this one design, which ended up being the interceptor. So it was kind of a year and a half in the making. The putter is definitely not going to take me a year and a half, but to get to the point where I was ready to commit to a mold, but it took a while.
Yeah. So that's your past year. Do you have a 5 or a 10-year goal for the company? Do you know where you want to take it?
Wow.
Should have prepared for this one.
Yeah, that's a big question. I know.
What are your strengths?
A lot of people don't. Yeah. Well, if you want my funding,
maybe if you ask it this way, how long do you think before you guys have a somewhat full lineup? So talk about mid-range, fairway, distance driver.
Yeah.
How do you have a prediction on that?
Yeah,
I know it's probably hard to say, but
yeah, it's hard to say. Like Macy's alluded to, we started this with our extra money, our savings account, and then some help from my parents, and that's it. So it's our growth rate is dependent on our popularity whenever we release something, So our goal is within a year from now, we'd like to have at least 4 molds. So I'd like to release a putter, maybe a fairway driver next, and then maybe another mid-range, a straighter one, a little less overstable. Then from there, I'm already getting a lot of requests from a lot of Vibram people who only through Vibram, and they're like, we need a driver, we need a distance driver, we need this.
They're demanding.
The enthusiasm of the community is just wonderful.
So
I think within the year.
You think within the year?
Oh yeah. Duty.
You gotta have a goal. Whether or not you hit it doesn't matter, but you gotta have a goal there.
Yeah.
So Macy set the goal. You've committed to it to every fan.
That's right. I pledge.
We're gonna put it on stone.
Yeah. We really like it.
Good.
So
good. I think
it's gonna be a fun review.
Yeah. When they say good for all levels, I mean I'm the bottom here, and I think that I do a lot better with it in my bag than some other discs, and so.
Yeah.
So for next, because you played disc golf obviously before you made these for your next molds, for your next discs that you drop, have you had any inspiration from this that you thrown before?
Oh, for the putter that we're gonna release?
Yeah.
I think my inspiration is probably gonna be I really like the Luna, particularly like the beat-in ones that I have that have like a little bit of turn to them. So they just like hold whatever line and they seem to like glide forever. Which I feel like is just like, if I think of disc golf, I think of like a disc that wants to glide, that wants to like hold whatever line. That's just like the images that come to my head. So when I'm designing this next one, that's like what I'm trying to go for. Something, I guess, similar to the Luna, but something that just I think of like that's like disc golf, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I saw your 3D printed version, and you were asking if people wanted it more stable or more flippy. And I think the winner was closer to flippy. Was that what won?
I think it ended up being
or was it closer to stable?
I think it was people.
Was it overstable? I couldn't remember which one it was.
But I think a lot of people were like, I want it to be a little overstable so that as I throw it, it'll get flippy, which is an interesting answer. It's like, it's just, ultimately you want understable, but
they had like a double next to it.
Are you aiming for more of a throwing putter?
Well, I don't know how it's gonna feel like, especially with people with push putts. Like, because I personally like it's more of a spin putt for me, so the floppiness doesn't really matter. Like it'll fly correctly anyway. But I'm thinking like people with push putts, it might just like not work. Like it might just like fold over in your hand or something, because it needs the spin in order to like actually hold its shape. So I personally will want to putt with it, but I think I'm designing it like I'm testing it more of as like a throwing putter first, kind of like that approach type shot.
One thing for all the MVP people out there that like the gyro rim and everything, this does a similar thing, right? But almost better. I mean, all the weight is distributed out here on the edge. So when I throw it in the backyard, I mean, it's just crazy how much spin you get naturally.
Yeah. And I was hoping
that's a really cool feature of it.
Yeah, I was hoping that would help with forehands too. I think with the rubber, like it kind of makes you feel like a forehand's not going to work, but I think with all the weight in the rim, it kind of like balances out and really stabilizes it. Even if you have a little wobble, it'll fix itself.
Is there going to be a learning curve to throwing it? Do you have to throw it a little differently than your other discs?
So that's kind of funny. It was hard for me to throw it for like the first like week that I was playing with it. I gave it to my friend and he was just like immediately threw it exactly like normal, like it looked totally natural. But me, even though I designed it, it was like an issue with me trying to learn, like just like I think in my head more so I was thinking like I have to throw this differently, but in reality I don't. I just had to get over it. You know what I mean?
It's like, I think it's like when you have expectations for your kid or something, you're blinded by your expectations and you can't see the balance of it. Like you're telling them like just stop, like just appreciate what it is and stop trying to make it do something, you know? And I didn't have any problem throwing it. I didn't feel any difference, but I think he just like he's too hard on himself.
You're going to be critical of your own product, so that's good.
Overthinking it.
I can't wait to try it out. But yeah, when I threw it in the back, my very first throw, I did grip lock it, but that's not saying anything because I always grip lock. But it seemed like I did, once I got more snap, it helped a lot with me throwing it if I tried to focus on my snap, which is what I need to be doing anyways. But yeah, forehand will be interesting. That does seem, when I'm holding it, as you can see, that it kind of wants to flop a little bit, but as you spin, like you said, it straightens out perfectly. And it should give you a lot of snap. So we'll see it all in the review. We'll do the whole flight tracker of everything. Probably throw it against a few trees to show how it's just going to fall straight down and see if we can beat it up a little bit. Nice. Does it float? Do you know if it floats?
I feel like every time I've seen him throw it, what?
Floats in water?
Are you saying he throws it in water?
Oh, I thought you meant through the air. I was like, the glide?
No.
Does it float?
No.
We should get, I have no idea. You should get some water and figure that out. What do you think, engineer? Is it going to float?
We don't have a lot of water here in Southern California.
Is it buoyant?
So.
Yeah, we've got some water holes. So I got to, does it roll? Does it float? Well, if it floats, there's going to be some people pulling that out on some water holes.
Is it a teether?
Although if it's in the middle of a lake, still can't get it. But is it a teether? Yep. So we're gonna put this thing to the test.
I mean, I guess we could do a science experiment and find the density as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Display
can check that out.
water displacement. Yeah, he's the science teacher. So
Yeah, it is.
you should bring it into your classroom, do a session with your kids there.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, for now, I work with a contract manufacturer. My dream is to do manufacturing ourselves eventually. Like, that's just a matter of like money for the equipment. But yeah, I mean, I think ultimately, like a lot of disc golf manufacturers end up making their own discs, and I think it's because the community has like certain needs that normal manufacturing places don't. It just doesn't mesh well. You know what I mean? Like, so I'd like to have the freedom of doing our own manufacturing and all that. So that's I guess that could be part of the 5 or 10 year plan, is to bring manufacturing in house. And just give us that little bit of freedom that would allow us to do a little bit more fun stuff.
Yeah, and I think
So, sorry, go ahead.
I think just in terms of like company goals and visions, I think for Elevation, it's obviously he's way better than I am, and he's more into the design. He knows aerodynamics. I have no clue. But I think I have a lot of big picture ideas about products and designs. I work with our graphic designer, aka my dad, who helps with all of the like doodles and things for the discs and stamps, and I'm working on merch and some other things. And so I think that I have some really cool big picture ideas that I cannot wait to unveil. And Austin does everything day to day. So I mean, I rely on him for everything else: messages, marketing.
Yeah, we do also have some ideas, or I guess Macy has some ideas that are good, that are not necessarily just about a disc, but it's just about disc golf.
Yeah.
So we'd like to do stuff like that too, not just the disc, but kind of the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything, I guess before we close everything, do you have anything that you want to say to people? I mean, you haven't had a big showing or a reveal of who you are and who Elevation is. Is there any, please throw our plastic, please type thing?
You're good at that stuff.
My goodness, golly.
On the spot.
I mean, no, I think we're just really excited to, be part of this community, and we have some really exciting things in store, and we just want to thank everyone for their support and for trying out our discs and, having faith in our idea, because it folds like a pizza. It feels like a pot holder. It's a little weird, but I think it flies really great, and we're really hoping that we can, make an impact in the sport, grow it, be really inclusive, and just try to, extend the sport to places and people it may not organically be able to.
Yeah, I mean,
we need a stamp on there that says that.
More concisely.
Folds like a pizza, feels like a pot holder.
And where can people follow you at, so they can get the updates, get the information, so they're not like me and miss out on a run. Where can they follow you at?
We have an Instagram. It's at Elevation Discs. We have our website, elevationdiscs.com. There's a newsletter you can sign up for at the bottom right. We have a Facebook page, which is pretty much just a copy of our Instagram page.
That's exactly how mine is. Just share to Facebook. Yes.
Yeah, right. And if they want to follow more of a behind the scenes, not always disc golf related content, they can follow me on Instagram at Macy_Minacci.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Well, perfect. I think everyone's gonna like y'all. I mean, you're a super likable couple, and it's nice to see some young faces and something new to disc golf. And I think you should try to get your name out there and join more shows like ours, because just talking to the community like that and being likable and everything, people just want to support you in any way they can to watch it grow. So I know I do.
Thanks so much. Thank you so much.
We really appreciate you coming out to us and bringing us on your show. It's really
for sure.
Thank you guys for the time.
Sorry I switched the time so
No,
often.
that's okay. Life happens.
Yeah. But that's it for today. Thanks everyone again. If you're watching, go to @thediscbarn to follow me, or go to thediscbarn.com. Any closing remarks, Christian?
Oh, watch out for these guys, man. That's cool stuff coming out.
Yeah, they're coming. Next video after this will be the review of the elevation discs. So the interceptor will be there. We'll see if it rolls, if it floats, if it's kid safe. We'll do it all. But that's it.
Can the noodle arm handle it?
Can the noodle arm handle it? He's gonna throw me under the bus. That's it, guys. Thanks again, and we'll see you on the next one.